Welcome to the Odyssey. Hit the like, press play. You're running with the squad like Xenoblade. Drive like Mario, we on a...
Before we get into the video, I just want to remind everyone that we are on our way to 100K. And if we get there before the year ends, I will be choosing 20 lucky subscribers to win a Nintendo Switch. All you got to do is subscribe, hit that bell, and be active in the community, and you can be chosen at our 100K live celebration. Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening. I am Mike Odyssey, and let's get straight to this. Nintendo today might have just released a statement stating that we are gonna get 40 minutes roughly of gameplay trailers and more information regarding the second half of 2023. That should be the announcement if Nintendo does announce a Nintendo Direct today. There is a lot of fire, not smoke, fire out there that states that they might announce it today. But again, Nintendo is Nintendo. So in this video, let's go ahead and go over the leaks so far that we have heard. Things that might be announced today, not today, tomorrow, during the Nintendo Direct or possible Nintendo Direct. And, well, a lot of them will make you excited. There's more information than we spoke about yesterday and more information that we've had regarding the Nintendo Direct and what could be announced in this Nintendo Direct. There are some games that are short things, right? There are very short things that are coming, and others that have been just thrown out there. Let's go over them today. So the most obvious game is One to Everybody Switch, right? Nintendo did announce that game. Well, they kind of just gave us a little flyer, or more like a little banner of the One to Everybody Switch, just giving us a horse and then two people kind of holding switches as well. One thing about this game that a lot of people did not know of is that with this game, you are able to play with up to 8 Joy-Cons and smartphones and up to 100 players at the same time. It is the ultimate party game. I know that it's been downplayed a lot just because it's not a major game, but when it comes to party games, I think this game will be a hit between parties, family, and friends, because even some streamers out there that will be able to kind of stream it out there to 100 players at the same time using your mobile device, which is a really good thing. And I think the beginning of something new in the world of Nintendo. Using your mobile device can open up a world of things when it comes to multiplayer interactive games. So there you have it. That is the most and like the most short game we know we're gonna get, because guess what? Nintendo has not given us any information on that game yet. Tomodachi Life is one other game that has been strongly hinted out there in the rumor veil, coming to the Nintendo Switch as a port, not basically as a remake, but being ported to the Nintendo Switch basically with more quality of life improvements, HDified, right? HD version, or remastered. So I know a lot of fans out there are crazy for Tomodachi Life. It is a really cool game. It's really interactive, really kind of fun game to have on the Switch. It feels like that game has always belonged on the Nintendo Switch, and right now we are in the end of it. We kind of question whether Nintendo took too long to bring it out, but if this is the time Nintendo will bring it out, we know that this game will be compatible moving forward with future generation consoles that Nintendo might release, hopefully this year or next year. But whatever Nintendo releases in this year will also be compatible with the next gen console. These games are way too big, like Tears of the Kingdom, let's say Tomodachi Life, whatever game they release, I know will be compatible moving forward. So it's not like we will have a chance to play it for the rest of its life or whatever. But Tomodachi Life is another one. Let me know if you are one of the big fans of this game and you're looking forward to it, hopefully in this Nintendo Direct. So leaker Pyoro on Twitter, and this is the same leaker who leaked Everybody Wants to Switch. He got that right before they released it. And also Sonic Superstars, that person leaked that game. They confirmed that the Nintendo Direct would be tomorrow. They said this week they would announce it today to tomorrow, and also gave us 2 big games. So here they talk about a brand new 2D Mario game. And let me say this rumor has been going for a while. The 2D Mario game has been out there for a while, and they have always been accompanied by the fact that this game will not be a new Super Mario Brothers game, but it will have a brand new art style, which will be a great addition to this new game. And I would love to speculate to that when it comes to that new art style that has been rumored, is that we just saw a brand new art style displayed in the Super Mario Brothers movie, right? We saw a brand new Mario. He looks like Mario, but his art style is different. We saw Peach, we saw Luigi, we saw Bowser, we saw a lot of really cool characters, given an update when it comes to their style. So I am guessing that this game could be connected to the movie. I guess this game will be also in the same art style, in the same look as the Super Mario Brothers movie. And, well, that 2D factor, 2.5D factor, not completely 2D, but 2.5D, that kind of 3D and 2D mesh, given to this game will be a really good update to the Mario franchise. And I think it will be a great game for this holiday season. Now, the second game that the leaker hinted at was a remake from the NES era. And this, well, it implicates a lot of games that people love during the NES era, but there are two games that really stood out, right? This is Mario RPG and Chrono Trigger, right? But this is the problem. One of them is by Nintendo, one of them is by Square Enix or Squaresoft, right? And it begs the question whether Square Enix will really show off this game at a Nintendo Direct just to honor the fact that it came out on the SNES and it was such a big success, or it will do its own presentation or release it somewhere else, and maybe not even on the Switch, because you know how basically it'll be a next-gen game if it's a remake, a complete rehaul of the franchise. They'll probably change the mechanics, they'll probably Final Fantasy it, you know how Final Fantasy VII had a different mechanic when it comes to the battle system, the storyline, and everything. And then this new Final Fantasy remake is a completely different game. Yes, it has the essence of Final Fantasy, but it really is a complete different game when it comes to even the storyline is a little different to it. So we don't know what will happen with this NES. I'm leaning more towards it being a first-party game. Mario RPG could be a great game. Donkey Kong Country was also on the NES, which was also a fantastic game, among others. I know you guys have a lot of other games when it comes to NES in your mind. Go ahead, drop it down below in the comments and let me know what game from the NES era would you love to see remade and brought over to the Nintendo Switch. And I know there will be other third-party games announced because a Nintendo Direct normally takes first-party and third-party games and they display them there. We got farming games, we have RPGs, we have DLC. I know we're expecting a lot of DLC this time around, like for Splatoon, we're expecting DLC for The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom, DLC for Pokemon. And when it comes to DLC updates, we might see all of them make the cut in this Nintendo Direct. But there is one game that has me extremely excited that I really do hope the Rumorville had it right, and this has to do with Paper Mario Thousand Year Door. This game is from the GameCube era, right? The GameCube era, of course, gave us a lot of beautiful games, right? That have so much worthiness of being remade, remastered, and ported to future consoles. And Paper Mario Thousand Year Door is where everything kind of went well for the franchise of Paper Mario. People love Paper Mario because of the battle system and the story, and we've been wanting a Paper Mario type of Thousand Year Door Paper Mario for a long time. We know that Nintendo has they've basically been kind of mixing it up and trying new things when it comes to the franchise, and so they have not given us a game as great as Thousand Year Door. And to have Thousand Year Door at least come in a remastered, remade, or HDified way to the Switch is just a great thing at the end of a Switch cycle. Now, before I end this video, there's one more thing that Nintendo could do that could literally boost Nintendo Switch sales. We know they're declining because of the end of its life cycle, but this little move could literally make Nintendo Switch systems go out the door. and this is by adding the GameCube to Nintendo Switch Online. Out of all of the systems, I think the GameCube would be the most valuable out there. Right now, if you want to buy GameCube games, let's say buy a GameCube and buy a game, you can expect to at least pay for your favorite game up to $100 or even more. And by adding the GameCube to the Nintendo Switch Online and games like Super Mario Sunshine, Super Smash Bros. Melee, Mario Kart Double Dash, the first Animal Crossing, Luigi's Mansion, Pokemon Coliseum, Pokemon XD. I mean, I can go on and on when it comes to games. The Simpsons Hit and Run, Mario Strikers, the very first one, Ultimate Spider-Man, Sonic Adventures. There are so many games that can literally make it to Nintendo Switch Online via adding the GameCube to Nintendo Switch Online and literally add so much value. I mean, it'll become a console seller because this will make it make a way for Nintendo fans to actually get their hands on GameCube games without literally spending their entire savings, you know, on buying a console or buying these really rare, expensive games and hard to find games. And I think this will be Nintendo's best move of the year if they decide to make the plunge and add the GameCube. Now, those are my thoughts. I want to know what you think about all of the things that I mentioned on this video. Are you excited for the possible Nintendo Direct that maybe, you know, right now as a release of this video, it has not even been announced. It is like 6 o'clock in the morning as I'm recording, but Nintendo normally drops their releases around noon on Twitter, so we are all expecting that. If Nintendo did announce it today, leave your comment down below if you're listening to the after the announcement or before, or if they didn't, go ahead and leave your comment down below anyway. But yeah, it's just, you know, something is happening, something is in the air. We are all waiting in anticipation, and it's just a good time to be a Nintendo fan. So let me know what you guys think. And before I end this video, I want to let you know that there are two important things I need to let you know. And number one is, please never give up. And two,
we're on a journey, looking back on the things that we've taken for granted, but feels like we're learning to be better without what's been holding us back now.